SIF जो ये एक न्यू चीज रिसेंटली लॉन्च हुई है, what is this and why should we evaluate this?
The idea here is that minimums are 10 lakh rupees
अच्छा,
per investor. So 70 to 80% of the money will be invested into, let's say, things which will go up. But if at all there are things which will go down, you can also make money when those things go down.
so can you tell me about foreign investment versus domestic investments?
You have a RBI monetary policy which is more lenient or more pro growth. Companies which are foreign companies like Google or all these big names which we see, tech names, they are building their global capability centers in India.
So is it a good time to invest in the gold ETFs or mutual funds or buy physical gold or silver that way?
Yeah, that's a personal choice. However, I would say definitely
Whether you're saving for your retirement, planning for your children's education, or just trying to get a better handle over your finances, you are in the right place. Let's delve deeper into financial planning. But before we make you meet your favorite financial advisor, let's do a quick recap of the earlier episodes. Is it easy to earn money in stock market?
now I would say I'm still a student of the markets.
Is it worth putting money in luxury cars?
So if someone wants to become a billionaire and you want to think that we'll come into the stock market and do trading and invest in some ideas and become a billionaire,
But how long does it usually take to study the market?
no one today also knows what will happen to the market tomorrow.
रिस्क तो खुद ही लेना पड़ता है सब.
हाँ,
वॉलेटाइल मार्केट को आप कैसे हैंडल करते हैं?
आप टीवी बंद कर दो.
एंड व्हाट आर IPOs?
3-4 अलग अलग एसेट क्लास टाइप में इन्वेस्ट करता है.
तो बहुत सारे कैटेगरीज ऑफ फंड्स होते हैं
विच इज़ अ
बेसिकली.
बिग थोड़ा मुझे लगता है कि इसमें काफ़ी कंफ्यूजन होता है लोगों को.
और लोगों को बहुत सारी रिसर्च की ज़रूरत है.
बट हाँ, अगर ऐसा है कि आपने कुछ ऐसी इन्वेस्टमेंट कर ली कुछ जल्दीबाजी में और उसमें आपने सोचा था आप जल्दी पैसा बनाएंगे और सडनली कुछ चेंज हो गया मार्केट में, बहुत वॉलेटाइल हो गया, दैट इज समथिंग विच यू हैव टू कट योर लॉसेस फास्ट.
So friends, let's welcome our favorite financial advisor, Mr. Shagun Khosla. Hello Shagun.
Hello.
Welcome to my pod talk.
थैंक यू once again for calling me.
So how are you doing Shagun?
Good.
गुड. सो आज हम कुछ नई और इंटरेस्टिंग बातें फिर से करने वाले हैं.
Yes.
हमारे ऑडियंस के लिए फाइनेंशियल एडवाइस के नए क्वेश्चंस लेकर आए हैं. सो सबसे पहले हमें बताइए कि SIF जो ये एक न्यू चीज़ रिसेंटली लॉन्च हुई है, व्हाट इज़ दिस एंड व्हाई शुड वी इवैल्यूएट दिस?
Oh, that's a great question. SIF is a specialized investment fund,
ओके.
which is basically, launched on 1st of April 2025. So SEBI has basically given, this details about this recently, and mutual fund houses across the board are looking to launch products around this specific space. So actually जब इन्वेस्टर्स अगर हम देखें जो स्मॉल इन्वेस्टर्स हैं, देन यू हैव HNI इन्वेस्टर्स, देन यू हैव अल्ट्रा HNI इन्वेस्टर्स. तो अलग अलग टाइप के इन्वेस्टर्स हैं मार्केट में. सो देयर वाज अ गैप इन द मार्केट वेयर अगर आप कुछ लाखों रुपए अगर इन्वेस्ट करते हैं तो आप म्यूचुअल फंड या स्टॉक्स में कर सकते हैं, या फ्रॉम फ्यू थाउजेंड्स टू फ्यू लैक्स. But let's say if you want to invest into a portfolio management service which you give to some renowned known fund manager, and where he buys and sells stocks on your behalf, and that's a portfolio management service. वहाँ पे minimums are 50 lakh rupees. So and then there is something called as alternate investment funds where the minimums are 1 crore rupees.
Okay.
So there was nothing in between. So either you do 50 lakh, to have some specialized investment through certain fund managers, and then you have to either go for a higher ticket size, which is 1 crore. So the minimums are pretty high in some of the categories. Barring your stock investment, ETFs, mutual funds, the next entry point for investment products is very high. And that's where I think mutual fund houses and SEBI probably must have had some kind of discussion where if they can bring something which is in between, and the larger part of the investors can participate, and that's where specialized investment funds were launched. So the idea here is that minimums are 10 lakh rupees
Acha.
per investor, and you don't get the same withdrawal on a as you get in a mutual fund, like daily you can't redeem. There would be, I mean, the we will see how the shape and form of these will be in the next maybe a month or two, but what we can understand from our internal assessment is that the withdrawals will be also on a specific date.
Acha.
The good part is ki unlike mutual funds where you buy and invest in the funds invest in stocks, and when the markets correct, when the markets go downwards, you generally don't have any hedge. So there is no derivatives which you can use in your portfolio if you're a mutual fund or a PMS. So SIF brings that flavor back. So people who want to do futures and options, they can participate in something like this. Obviously, they don't need to do it. The fund will do it. So 70 to 80% of the money will be invested into, let's say, things which will go up. But if at all there are things which will go down, you can also make money when those things go down. So the thing is that you will make money on the downside also if your call is right. So that's what short selling is all about.
Okay.
So it was limited to obviously larger investors who invest into hedge funds and absolute return funds to an extent. But now it is opening up for even larger audience where minimums are 10 lakhs and one can participate and take the benefit of certain strategies which are little more specialized and have that flavor of derivatives in the portfolio.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the basic contours. 10 lakh minimum, limited withdrawals. Taxation wise, looks like it will be similar to how a mutual fund is taxed. And there would be generally what we have understood is there would be three categories: equity, debt, and hybrid. So either it will be in a pure equity strategy, it can be a debt strategy, and it can be an equity and debt mix, kind of a hybrid strategy. So yeah, that's what. So it will. We will come to know in the next few months how these funds will come. But the good thing is this is something which is filling a gap in the market, because a lot of investors want to participate in derivatives and option trading and all of that. But if you want that flavor, you can probably use this vehicle. Instead of doing it on your own, you can use this. So that's a big plus.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Shagun, the Indian market has suddenly turned desi. So, can you tell me about foreign investment versus domestic investments?
Yeah, this actually is happened after almost 2 decades,
Okay.
where domestic investments have surpassed the foreign investment ownership.
Yes.
So yeah, you can say that markets have turned desi.
Okay.
But uska, I mean, you can also say ki, why foreign investment is, not coming into India as much. So I think to an extent there was in the last 6 months we have seen that valuations were very high. Secondly, there was a fear on how much rupee will depreciate, and RBI was very heavy-handed in terms of running the economy in terms of monetary policy. all those things have now changed. So
Okay.
what has happened now is you have a RBI monetary policy which is more lenient or more pro growth. They are providing the liquidity to the system. You have again the BJP coming into power, so obviously you have now a stable government for the next 4 5 years, which was not the case probably until June. So
Okay.
there was a overhang of the election also. Um and then you have again government spending starting. So and the other thing is, if you see the budget which was announced by the finance minister, they mentioned that they will ensure fiscal prudence. So in terms of macroeconomic factors, overall now we are better placed than probably 6 to 9 months back.
Okay.
And the overvaluation and whatever FII selling was happening for whatever reason. Obviously, there was flight of capital going back to America, but after the recent updates which we are getting in terms of Trump and tariffs and all of that, there is also a lot of capital now coming back to emerging markets, and hopefully India will be one of the beneficiary. So now if you see, 87.5 rupees was the USD INR in September. Today we are at 84.5.
Okay.
So I mean, no one has noticed it, but 3 साढ़े 3 रुपए का करेक्शन आ गया है. जो 87.5
Yeah,
तक
yeah,
चला
yeah.
गया था US dollar, it's come down to 84,
Right.
almost 84.5. In fact, it touched on 2nd May 83.88. So
Wow.
so it is come down as low as 83.8 also. So so that's a good sign. The other is obviously there is a lot of investments which are coming to the bond market in India. So that will keep continue to happen. So it's not like कि अगर FIIs या foreign investors का पैसा equity market में नहीं आ रहा है तो कहीं और नहीं आ रहा है. So that's the good thing. So that is also giving some cushion to USD INR currency fluctuation. क्योंकि
Acha.
flows are coming,
हाँ.
but it's not technically not necessarily always coming to equity markets. The other good thing which we are seeing is global capability centers, GCC. Lot of companies which are foreign companies like Google or all these big names which we see, tech names, they are building their global capability centers in India, and majority of those centers are in 6 cities.
Right.
So the the usual suspect kind of like your Gurgaon, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, some part of Bombay, Pune. These are the 6 metros where 90% of the investments are coming and global capability centers are being built. So we are no longer just the labor arbitrage economy.
Correct.
So it's not like people are coming to India for only cheap labor. So these centers are actually where people are designing things.
So, Shagun, tell me, how should one decide between mutual funds, stocks, portfolio management services, alternative investment funds, small case?
So that's again, I think a lot of people get attracted towards, portfolio management service, alternate investment fund. But I think you can do it very simply. तो बहुत सिंपल है. अगर आपके पास लेट्स अज्यूम 5 करोड़ का पोर्टफोलियो है, ओके, तो आप पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट सर्विस या अल्टरनेट इन्वेस्टमेंट्स का सोचने का, डैबल करने का, या जो भी, यू शुड लुक एट इट. अदरवाइज फॉर एटलीस्ट द फर्स्ट 2 3 crores, be very happy with stocks, any kind of small case or basket of stocks.
Okay.
Mutual funds.
Mutual funds. Right.
Mutual fund में again you can decide normal mutual fund, index fund, ETF, and specialized investment fund which we've discussed a few minutes back. So which is where minimum is 10 lakh rupees. So very clear, if one has to just simply put it, what are the thresholds to enter a PMS and AIF? I would say at least somewhere around 4 5 crore के ऊपर हो तो आप वहाँ पे जाने का सोचिए. इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्लैरिटी, इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिटर्न, बिकॉज हर एक का प्रॉब्लम यही है कि हमें कुछ ऐसी चीज़ करनी है जिससे हम ज़्यादा रिटर्न मिले। तो अभी ये एक बहुत बड़ा मिथ है कि आप 50 लाख या 1 करोड़ कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोडक्ट में डालोगे तो आपका पैसा ज़्यादा बनेगा,
अच्छा,
राइट? ये एक सबसे बड़ा कंफ्यूजन है। यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन स्टॉक्स, यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन
तो
म्यूचुअल
आपके
फंड।
बोलने का मतलब है अगर आप कम अमाउंट भी डाल दोगे देर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी दैट यू कैन अर्न बेटर
If you are in the right
इफ यू आर
investment.
चूजिंग द हाँ
So, for
राइट
example, I have just before coming here, 400 PMSs is the list which I saw, and उसमें से I would say 20 to 30 PMS strategies out of the 400 schemes in the last 5 year. Okay, so and last 5 year क्यों important है कि आप अगर आज 2025 में है, which is let's say 31st March 2025, एंड अगर आप 5 साल पहले देखते हैं तो आप बात कर रहे हैं मार्च 2020 की। सो मार्च 2020 से मार्केट गिरा, ओके, फिर मार्केट ऊपर आया, फिर जून 2020 में 22 में वापस मार्केट गिरा, फिर ऊपर आया, फिर सितंबर 24 से मार्केट वापस गिरा फेब 25 तक और वापस ऊपर थोड़ा आया। सो ये काफ़ी अप एंड डाउन जो हुआ है, तो ये 5 साल का डेटा बहुत ही अच्छा डेटा है।
अच्छा
इसमें आप पीक एंड ट्रफ ऑफ द मार्केट देख सकते हैं कि आपने उतार चढ़ाव जो मार्केट के आए उसमें ये फंड मैनेजर्स ने कैसे परफॉर्म किया।
ओके
तो ये 5 year डेटा इज अ गुड, आई वुड नॉट से गोल्ड माइन, बट इट्स अ गुड डेटा सेट।
ओके
तो इसमें अगर आप म्यूचुअल फंड को कंपेयर करोगे विद पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट सर्विस एंड AIF, एंड यू नो व्हेन यू स्टैक ऑल ऑफ देम टुगेदर, तब आपको रियलाइज होगा कि देर आर mutual funds which have done fantastically well. There are some PMSs which have done fantastically well. There are some AIFs which have done fantastically well, but not the larger, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि सारी schemes अच्छी की हैं। So then the skill is to किसके साथ काम करना है, किसके साथ काम नहीं करना है, right? So that the biggest myth we are trying to break here is कि ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आपने PMS में पैसा नहीं लगाया तो आप ज़्यादा पैसा नहीं कमा सकते। That is something which I would want the audience to know.
Okay. So Shagun, tell me something about the portfolio construction.
Yeah, simply put, one can have a core and satellite approach.
अच्छा
Like एक core portfolio होना चाहिए और एक
अच्छा।
satellite portfolio. So like
क्या होता है?
core in the sense कि जो basic, you know, let's say large, mid and small cap के कुछ fund या flexi cap fund या multi cap fund या multi asset fund. तो
ठीक
ये
है।
कुछ फंड्स आप सिलेक्ट कर लो जो आपके कोर फंड्स हैं,
राइट
ठीक है, जो आप इन एनी मार्केट यू विल कीप इन्वेस्टिंग। सैटेलाइट इज वेयर योर स्पेशलाइज्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड कैन कम,
अच्छा
your portfolio management can come, your alternate investment can come. Now, depending on one's threshold of entry into those products, you can decide your satellite portfolio. Like you want to take a higher risk for higher return, but that can be a 20% of your portfolio. That's not the core portfolio, that's the satellite of the core. So like core is the center and the satellite is around it. So core can be, you know, 70-80%, which is like clear discipline strategy कि ये मेरा मतलब in come what may, I'm not gonna change this. And the 20% I want to play with whatever I want to, right? So that you play with SIF, PMS, AIF, maybe sometimes investing in stocks, specifically high risk, you know, something which is more high risk to generate higher return. So that's a broad framework of a core and satellite strategy.
ठीक है।
So you're chasing higher return there in satellite port.
Shagun, tell me how often do you review your client's portfolio?
So review is very important. Ideally every 3 months, like every quarter. In fact, everyone should review their portfolio.
अच्छा
मतलब अगर आप महीने में एक बार नहीं कर सकते तो क्वार्टरली कर सकते हैं. So once a quarter you should just review your portfolio, and then when you review, what do you review, right? And how do you do it? Like the next question would be, what's the benchmark?
राइट
कि आप किससे कंपेयर कर रहे हो, राइट? तो आइडियली बेंचमार्किंग एंड रिव्यू इज अ क्वार्टरली एक्सरसाइज वन शुड डू. मोस्ट इन्वेस्टर्स डोंट डू इट, बट यू शुड कीप अ हैबिट ऑफ डूइंग दैट इन टर्म्स ऑफ कि आपने अगर कुछ 4-5 म्यूचुअल फंड में अगर पैसे लगाए हैं या स्टॉक्स में पैसे लगाए हैं तो आपको पता है कि मेरा उस पोर्टफोलियो का रिटर्न कितना बना है
Hmm.
ऑन एन एनुअलाइज बेसिस.
Yeah.
तो आप वो अपने स्टेटमेंट्स में देख सकते हैं. नाउ व्हेन यू सी योर portfolio return, compare that to a benchmark. Now benchmark can be a Nifty 50 or if it's a diversified portfolio it can be Nifty 500. Generally आजकल लोग Nifty 500 is a index which people benchmark. So Nifty 500 अगर, so just to give you a simple example, let's say Nifty 500 ने last 5 साल में 18% दिया या 20%, let's say 20% दिया, तो आपका पोर्टफोलियो आइडियली अगर निफ्टी से बेटर कर रहा है, निफ्टी 500 से बेटर कर रहा है, देन यू आर डूइंग बेटर. आपने 22% आपका पोर्टफोलियो रिटर्न आया या 24% या 23%, वट एवर इट इज, बट 20% इज योर बेंचमार्क रिटर्न. So if you can outperform that benchmark, that means you have bought better funds, good funds. So that's why you are generating more return. But if your return is 18% and let's say benchmark is 20%, that means you are underperforming even the benchmark. तो उस केस में आपको ये करना है कि भाई मैं ये म्यूचुअल फंड और ये सब क्यों कर रहा हूँ, मैं तो कोई इंडेक्स फंड ले लूँ या ETF ले लूँ, मैं निफ्टी 500 का ETF ही ले लेता हूँ, क्योंकि उसमें तो मुझे कोई सोचना नहीं है. जो चीपेस्ट कॉस्ट का एक्सपेंस रेशियो का ETF है या इंडेक्स फंड है वो मैं जाके ले लूँ. सो दैट इज वेयर बेंचमार्किंग इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. कि आप जब एक्टिव फंड मैनेजर को म्यूचुअल फंड के थ्रू या पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट के थ्रू या ऑल्टरनेट इन्वेस्टमेंट के थ्रू कभी भी पैसा दोगे, तो वो एक्टिव फंड मैनेजमेंट में फीस ज़्यादा लेते हैं, राइट? लेकिन उसका काम क्या है? डिलीवर हायर रिटर्न देन द बेंचमार्क. अगर वो हायर रिटर्न देन द बेंचमार्क नहीं कर पा रहा, एंड अगर आप ऑब्वियसली यू कांट डिसाइड इन 1 quarter, you need to be with the portfolio for at least 2-3 years, at least. 1 साल से तो कम तो आप कंपेयर भी नहीं कर सकते. So the benchmarking and review is very important because of that. So basis your portfolio, you have to always
तो
benchmark.
मतलब हर क्वार्टरली तो आपको
रिव्यू
रिव्यू कर
दो.
लेना चाहिए.
हाँ, भले आप
Always
कुछ ज्यादा
better.
चेंज ना करो, बट आप क्वेश्चन तो कर सकते हो जहां आपने इन्वेस्ट किया कि भाई ये आपने सजेस्ट किया है, ये ऐसा कर रहा है, आपका क्या व्यू है,
Right.
राइट? एज एन इन्वेस्टर यू हैव द राइट टू क्वेश्चन.
So Shagun, can you tell me something about tariff and trade wars impact on the Indian markets?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, it is as of now looking like net positive for us. Because if you see, even the tariff slabs which were announced by the Trump administration, it is like 26% on India. You know, Bangladesh has higher, maybe around 37. Vietnam more than 40%. Pakistan again more than us. So most of the economies which are, you know, around us have higher tariffs than us.
Okay.
And China, though, there's no comparison. The kind of tariffs has been put on China for now.
Acha.
So overall, it is a big shift in terms of the overall global trade. What is gonna happen, and I think to an extent we are in a sweet spot. But we still want to see how the India-US trade deal will be, you know, coming in terms of what shape and form. But for now, it is net positive. That's what it looks like. Even with the slabs and everything, obviously there is a 90-day, you know, pause for now. And that's where you've seen the market also. The market be Feb 2025 tak probably around 22,500 or somewhere there has moved up to almost 24,000 plus. So flows have also come in. Rupee has become stronger, maybe because dollar was actually depreciating across the world. And so yeah, most likely I think we should not be as impacted as other nations.
Okay.
And ideally, what we are trying to gun for is, in terms of economy, is that we would want to participate more and more in this specific situation where we can benefit out of this whole trade war situation.
Okay. Shagun, tell me, what are safe havens?
So safe havens are basically, because of this whole situation, you know, there is war at some places, there is a trade war happening around the world. So these are very volatile times.
Right.
Right. So when there is a lot of volatility, people tend to flock to safe havens.
Right.
And that's where you see gold doing so well. Because most of the central banks across the world have been buying gold.
Right.
And so the money starts going into safe havens. Gold is one of them. A Japanese yen, if you see, people buy Japanese
Correct.
currency, especially the larger investors. So again, yen has appreciated.
Acha.
Swiss franc,
Oh, yeah.
that has appreciated a lot. In fact, to an extent where Swiss government have created or at least maintained negative yields so that people don't buy
Acha.
more of Swiss francs because it's hurting their economy. So, but these are basically safe havens.
ओके सो एक्चुअली जो आपने बताया अभी लोग इस तरह की चीज़ों में ज़्यादा इन्वेस्ट करें बिकॉज दे आर सेफर राइट सो इज इट अ गुड टाइम टू इन्वेस्ट इन द गोल्ड ETFs or mutual funds or buy physical gold or silver that way?
Yeah, that's a personal choice. However, I would say definitely I would be more leaning towards buying through either a exchange traded fund or a mutual fund.
Okay.
उसका रीज़न है कि फिजिकल सिल्वर तो खरीदना डिफिकल्टी है एक हिसाब से देखा जाए एज एन इन्वेस्टमेंट बिकॉज द लॉजिस्टिकल एस्पेक्ट इफ यू कैन बाय प्रॉब्ली 50,000 1 lakh rupees worth of silver तो it's almost half kg to a 1 kg. तो 1 किलो सिल्वर मतलब
Right.
वो कौन लेके मतलब ज्वेलर से
रखेगा।
लेके हाँ मतलब so even for a lakh. And gold, I would still say people can do physical and digital. But silver, though, definitely you should invest through either as an investment, either through ETF or through funds which are investing into those ETFs. So silver definitely that way. Gold, one can take a call.
Acha, physical
The only
or-
problem with physical gold is you have to pay making charges,
Right.
GST. So many aspects are there. So yeah, but I would personally want to invest more through the
Funds.
financial channels. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Acha, that's your advice on
yeah.
Shagun, also tell me, is it a good time to lock into high yields like FDs or government funds or those kind of investments?
Yeah, it is. It is a good time because see, what is happening is RBI is reducing rate. So when the interest rates are going down, obviously that will change all the rates of every other deposit or bond which is being raised through the market. So the money which will be so effectively cost of capital is coming down for India. So when RBI decides that the rates are going down, so automatically everything is linked to that. So the rates across the banks, across NBFCs, across corporates, all of them will start borrowing at a lower rate.
Okay.
Because at least अभी 50 bips का rate cut हुआ है. So let's say if last year someone was raising money at 9%, so the cost of capital has come down अगर तो he would probably want to raise less at a lower rate. So तो ये और नीचे जाते रहेगा. सो इफ़ेक्टिवली अगर आप FD करना चाहते हैं, अगर आप थोड़ा 2 या 3 साल या 4 साल का इन्वेस्टमेंट देख रहे हैं, तो देन इट इज़ अ गुड टाइम टू लॉक इन दोज यील्ड्स कि आप एक अच्छा FD रेट लॉक करके रख दो. बिकॉज अगर रेट नीचे भी गए तो आपको इतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा.
इन्वेस्टमेंट सेफ
क्योंकि आज जो आप शायद 8.5-9% या 8% जो भी रेट पे आपको FD मिल रही है या बॉन्ड मिल रहा है, वो शायद 1 साल बाद और कम में मिलेगा.
Okay. So thank you so much, Shagun,
Yeah.
for your insights on financial investments. As usual, आज हमने काफ़ी नई चीज़ों के बारे में बात की और एक्चुअली वर्ल्ड सिनेरियोज और मार्केट्स एंड गुड इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के बारे में बात की. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you. It is always a pleasure to come here and discuss about investments.
सो दोस्तों, ये थी हमारी मुलाकात फाइनेंशियल एडवाइज़र शगुन खोसला के साथ, जिन्होंने हमें वर्ल्ड सिनेरियो पे क्या हो रहा है इसके बारे में बताया और उस नज़रिए से इंडिया में हमें किस तरह की इन्वेस्टमेंट्स करनी चाहिए, किस तरह के स्टॉक्स या म्यूचुअल फंड्स में जाना चाहिए, सेफ़र इन्वेस्टमेंट्स कैसे करनी चाहिए, गोल्ड या सिल्वर में किस तरह से इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए, इन सब के बारे में हमें बताया। आज का हमारा ये पॉडकास्ट आपको कैसा लगा, हमें ज़रूर कमेंट कीजिए। किस तरह के पॉडकास्ट आप देखना चाहते हैं, हमें ज़रूर बताइए। एंड डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू पॉड टॉक विद एकता। थैंक यू।